Focusing on fundamentals this week? Or?
A little bit of both. Fundamentals, always. Natural progression this late in the year is the fundamentals to a degree, or the fundamentals. What's instilled in them at this point is you want to put polish on those. We're emphasizing introduction to LSU, and we're also emphasizing going good versus good to get speed, and that's will be a bigger emphasis for us next week and game week to do more good versus good, simulating the looks that we'll see versus LSU.
So do you sense a renewed energy with this team?
I do, but we've also had a few days off, and it's a bye week, and we're practicing a little bit shorter, so some of those things are going to happen naturally. The real tell and the real test will be when we get in the game next week on Saturday.
Pumpkin Pool is in that yellow jersey yesterday. I mean, you looking for him to play?
I think he'll be fine. The open date will do him well.
What happened to him?
He's just nursing a little bit of just a regular muscle injury, and I think we thought it was wise to him to rest and recover this week.
What did you see out of the quarterbacks yesterday?
I saw a lot of them. I saw a lot of them getting out there and running around and throwing the ball. And I know you guys all want to talk about that. Just so you guys know, I think we have a pretty clear direction on what we anticipate doing in that game. But it's going to be to our advantage to not, divulge that. Just keep that in house and go from there. I know most of you guys are. Shoot, my son asked me that this morning at the breakfast table. So you're not alone. He wanted to know who was going to be the quarterback, and we certainly have an idea of how we're progressing to that. It's not locked, it's not dialed in completely, but we'll have that more finite on Sunday.
You could announce Jack Lindsey as a starter and further confuse SMU.
Well, that would be that would probably empty the roster at that point. And let me tell you, Jack. Jack's done a great job in his role for us this year. And Jack's got some really nice qualities as a quarterback, and he actually worked in there a little bit yesterday, made a couple nice throws, and so who knows how this thing's going to progress, down the road these next few weeks.
How have the tight ends been doing without CJ and just trying to step up their contribution?
They've been doing all right. They're focused, they're mature. That's one thing I like about them. Hayden Johnson, Grayson Gunner, Chase Harrell, Blake Kern, I got an old room, and they've been a really good influence on Hudson. And it's that maturity has allowed me to not that I'm not focusing on them, because I am certainly, but as we ease into the game plan, they're very familiar with the things that we're doing at this point. And so far it's been really good. And I've leaned on them. That's one of the things, the advantage of having that relationship with those guys. I've leaned on them a little bit to give me just the pulse. I feel like I got the pulse, but there's 120 guys on this team, and I'm certainly leaning on those guys that I have those strong relationships with to keep me really in tune with the heartbeat of this team.
Do you anticipate Kirby Adcock being ready to go?
That's a good question. I don't know that. He may be a little bit out. If we played Saturday, I'd say no. But, with the rest and recovery, I'd say that, we probably need to talk about it on a Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, but it's not ruled out. You guys get me nervous talking about these medical stuff now. I'm good, though, now. I got cleared. HIPAA, HERPA, FERPA, what is it? Something like that?
HIPAA?
Yeah, that one. That one scares me, but I'm good. I'm all clear.
When you were an assistant, you could just always lay it off on the head coach.
That's right.
You ain't talk about it.
That's right.
But now you can.
That's exactly right. That's true what you're saying, Mike. You think, obviously I grew up in a head coaching household and have worked for several different head coaches over the years, and Houston Nutt and Fitzhill and Keith Burns, really all Arkansas guys, Brett and Chad, and it's easy to sit there and think what they're going through, and this is just such a smaller scale of the things that a head coach has to deal with, but that's real. That's real. You don't really realize what they deal with on a daily basis. You certainly that's real, and it's amazing how much even more comfortable I am today than I was 2 days ago. And so it's exciting time for me. It's not the circumstances that I wanted to be here, obviously, but we're going to make the best of it.
Did you and Chad have any conversation
We did.
when he left or after?
We did. He called me the day of and was great, and just like I would expect him to. It was a really good conversation. Gave me some encouragement and had a good heart-to-heart talk, like he did with all of us, and I was very appreciative of that. It meant a lot.
How much was Chad able to speak to the team after he was fired?
Yeah, I think I don't know if that opportunity came about just because of the circumstances, and so just it is what it is this day and age, and he was able to convey his thoughts, and his messages to him. I do know that, and so it moved pretty quickly with Hunter meeting with him and me being up in front of him.
Thanks, Barry.
All right, everybody.